Good day to all. Welcome to Twin Technology. Today we discuss about introduction of SAP Hana and SAP S4 Hana. So we discuss about the deep clarification about very confusion for SAP Hana versus SAP S4 Hana or ECC. So we facing the so many confusion in our people. So we give elaborate discussion about SAP HANA and S4 HANA, right? So first of all, those kinds of clarification I'm going to keep in the particular session for this PPT base. I will explain the migration process, migration steps between ECC to S4, ECC to HANA. Once you understand the application of S4 HANA, it is very easy to, because S4 HANA is not a next version of ECC. For my understanding, it's a new development product. So we need to understand very basic stuff, but it is very simple. I have play around the S4, very simple. So basically you understand the main business scenario or transaction table, they can play around with that. Okay, so the people who want to know about S4 HANA system, who are already working in S4 HANA, that is very basic for you. So let's go into our PPT slide. So first we discuss about here what is HANA. HANA is a in-memory database technology. What is in-memory database? That means it's a column-oriented data are stored in our database management system. What is column-oriented? So these kind of confusion we have built. So we discuss one by one. Actually, generally in ECC, the data are stored in row-oriented. Okay. So data are stored one by one, row oriented. Now HANA migrations built and column oriented. Okay, so that's why it's say as hardware and software migration. I mean we changes in hardware also, in software also. In particular hardware, the data are stored in column oriented. Okay, that's why it's mentioned is everyone as a column oriented database management system. Okay, relational database management system. Alright, so in this thing which mentioned the, just see what to comparison between ECC and S4 HANA, try to understand this environment. Now in HANA they are using OLAP, OLTP support makes the data storing. That means nothing else. Whatever you enter the screen informations are stored in our database, that is OLTP. Already stored in data, we want to analyze. That means you show in your graphical representation. So in our graphical representation, it using the OLP, that is BW, business warehouse, or whatever your any analysis technique we can using in this session, right? So basically in SAP HANA compared to S4 HANA, we'll explain next slide. So first basic of SAP HANA is nothing but data are stored in column oriented, only in hardware changes, not software changes. Screen wise no changes in SAP HANA, right? So generally whatever you enter the data are stored in our database, and OLAP scenario also they showing in the application development, right? But S4 HANA is nothing but it's launched in February 2015. For SAP S4 HANA, it's a next generation business suite. That means it's a fourth generation. For third generation is SAP R3. R3 is nothing but ECC. It's migrated in now S4 HANA. So here software and hardware both are changes is done. That means your screen level also changes and your storing data also changes. That means column oriented, and screen changes means you already before using so many transaction code, now inbuilt only one T code for PP or Migo. Example I will show in next slides. So basically these are all ERP, that means enterprise resource planning background. Okay, it's a new ERP tool. Okay, with the simply data or simply tool design yearly to use the performing the complex calculation and handling the gender amount of, I mean greater than amount of data. It can be deployed in one premises to clouds or hybrid system. For understanding purpose, see this is, so in S4 HANA, okay, so here so many I mean accurate simplicity, but for application development, advertise analytical processing or analytical integration and quality for in database management system. So these are the overall view in the build to the new generic application with SAP HANA. Right, now compare between ECC and S4 HANA. How to compare between this ECC S4 HANA, S4H, what is meaning of S4H and S4 HANA? So we'll discuss one by one, right? So come to the point. These things we mentioned, like just see what is the comparison between ECC and S4 HANA and S4H and S4 for to try to understanding this environment. To explain the comparison of business scenario, how can to create this kind of business scenario in ECC and how we can doing an S4 HANA. That means, so ECC is nothing as our old screen, data are storing in our database, that is old coding. New coding is nothing but the same screen, whatever you enter in the screen application layer, data are stored in database layer. So here database layer is a hardware, the hardware is changes done. That means you write the new syntax code because we have to manipulating in database layer for native SQL. Okay, so but compare this S4 HANA and HANA database is nothing but clouds. So whatever you enter the data in the screen, that screen will be new version. That means changes in so many things. So whatever you enter here, so data are stored in database table. That particular coding also declare the new syntax, right? So I will show here. So migration is nothing but migration process. So migration is nothing but the two optional. Normally we want to do a database migration, then you can do application management for ECC migration to SAP Hana. For example, for this one, so here the screen wise the database and application migration not done here. Here only both of done. So here only for application migration is dead. That means sorry, here screen is not changes anything, only data are stored as in new database migration process. Okay, so generally EHP 7 first we go with SAP Hana. That means the old version will be migrating in new HANA, that is S4H, then to upgrading the S4 HANA. Some organization like this, some organization ECC to direct S4 HANA will be migrate or step by step will be processed. Okay, so simple way to understanding, one SAP HANA means only database migration only changes. That means background database only, data storing only changes, front end screen not anything. But S4 HANA is nothing but screen and our database both are changes in migration process. So for example here, based on transaction table, enhanced application, easy way to access in the business scenario for this optimization process. For understanding, whatever you before using this transaction codes or migrated in S4 HANA is nothing but BP, when you enter the BP, all the transaction codes are inbuilt, right? So S4 HANA to changes in hardware and software, already I said, right? So hardware is in memory, that means core for data maintenance due to for very fast performance. Software is a transactional changes. So now I am showing in transactional changes. This transactional changes is nothing but they introducing just handle the transaction in a different way. If you using take a SAP is a full of transaction, so they want to just change or they want to optimize their transaction. For example, for a business scenario, there are 5 or 6 different transactions to perform a business scenario. They decided why they want to different transaction and do work, keep all 5 transaction in one. For example, 5 table in one, so 5 table into one table. So in S4 HANA, 5 table not going to use in S4 HANA. For transaction, tables also migrate decreases. Instead of 5 or 10 table in, might be there 3 or 4 table. So that in the way they filter out the segregate the transaction. So this hack steps they did in S4 HANA. Because of memories and object level is decreased in same thing of for table. Okay, so in table or item tables or header table, item table I have a status table. That means here, once again, next slide I will show you. This one. So here what did happen? So VBAK, VBAP is a header and item table, now migrated in one table. For example, MSEC, MKPF, VBAP, these all multiple tables are inbuilt in MATDOC. So this MATDOC is using only one transaction table for all the purpose. So table in S4 HANA decreasing the size and data volume in that table responsive and enhance the application. It like this. This is the transaction where it has a lot of tabs and lot of screen, and user it has almost 100 fields, but you want only 20 fields to create the document. The particular user in the saying depends on the role. They want to create only 20 fields, then why they entering the application which has 100 fields to be executed and running, they just decide to go within the different level of application. So it does not the same kind of business scenario, but depend on the role. It has only a 20 views to enable, they can create, not all the other fields. Okay, so that way they enhance the application. So easy way to access the business data in S4 HANA. It's not only a data based S4 HANA. Okay, so that easy way to access the business data for anywhere from any kind of device. And see here, it's showing as a report and a table name PROFGEN underscore CRR and report underscore 2. This is the program. This program is easy way to what that means I have sales a normal table in a different table for the status. Why I want to different table? So S4 HANA to decide it this way, like keep some external field holded in the VBAK status, all sales in the item table. Particularly for already we discussed right here. Delivery status keep into there the particular table, so you want to refer VBAK or VBAP for this status. So MATDOC is nothing but material information along with this purchase order information along with an plant storage location, stock details. So you want to see all things in the different table, that just keeping on table that called MATDOC. So MATDOC is a table where they have most of things It is not a line index table, so it is a M line in item table. Okay, so we don't know, right, how many tables are migrated in this way. So using this table, when you execute, we have got it some information. These transaction codes are inbuilt in Migo. These transaction codes are inbuilt in BP. Okay, so this is the easiest way to migration process can understand. In coding part, it also migrated. For example, in old coding, you declare the table begin of structure name, internal table, and select query, select options, and select query. So easiest way to migrating in new coding is only declare the select query. See here, comma will be declared. Comma is nothing but whatever you enter the screen, structure, we creating a single comma quotation is a structure. Okay, so internal table is nothing but at data bracket of IT Mara. What is the meaning of at symbol is the variable name will be declared. For example, MATNR, ERG, year name and Mara, these are the SAP standards name. So my new variable name is IT Mara. So I introducing my new variable indication of at symbol. Okay, so here also I declared the at for single input. Because of these both are new variable, I'm to declare in our database manipulation area, right? So this is the new migration of SAP Hana. So thank you so much to watching this video. Hereafter to upcoming videos, so coding part, what are the migration is done, what are the few things changes in old version to new version, right? So don't skip the videos. So we elaborate, discuss about upcoming videos, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, please subscribe and share the videos. Thank you.